How were you able to? Did you have this like, oh, these skills that I had, like I was technical, it still works well. Like, even gives me more context, right? What was the experience for you?
I think no, that was very important for me to join Sync Skills because as someone who's technical, my role was just to develop software applications, was to debug issues and just give the stakeholders what they wanted. I wasn't between the stakeholders and the dev team. So I was just the dev team, the guys that receive the complaints and just say, they're complaining about this, just fix.
Yeah.
But syncing my skill with Sync Skills, I now know how it feels when someone says, I can't find the start button when it's just clear, it's just on there. They need a manual, they need this, they need training, you need observations to see how people are working with the systems. All of that makes me like a wholesome, valuable employee. Like you now understand what the end user is facing. And you now know how to gather information. You now know how to analyze. You now know how to translate the business requirements to technical requirements. You now know how to translate what the people that are non-technical are trying to say to the technical people.
Hi, Takunda. Welcome. I'm super pumped to have you on the pod today. And I know you have so many things to share with people. I know that it will change their lives. So, welcome to the podcast. Today, we're going to share something amazing that happened, to you. And I know you have so many advice. How are you?
I'm all right, Noah. How are you? How's Brisbane?
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Look, let's get to it.
Mm-hmm.
For somebody that's like, dialing into it before they click out, we need to give them an idea of what is happening. So Takunda is currently gonna start an amazing job, and I know you're super happy with that process. I was very delighted when I saw your reference check come through. I'm like, oh yes, I know this was gonna come. So yeah, I'm happy that the offer has dropped.
Yeah.
Is it today or when is it?
It's coming in this afternoon, actually. I was speaking with the HR and they were saying that because I have kids, they need to amend my offer because it's a higher rate because I've got kids and things like that. So they're just sorting that out. But as soon as it's here, I'll send it through to you.
Amazing, I can't wait, man. So give us the gist, the tea, right? So I know I'm just recalling when you were in Flagstone, where we both I walked through the gym and I saw this. It's always exciting seeing one black person.
It's always exciting. No, you know what's interesting about what happened that day?
Yeah.
I left my other job, my IT job. I remember I was telling you that I've left my IT job. I'm doing care work. This is what I want to do now. You were actually surprised. You were like, "What? Why are you leaving tech?" And I was like, no, I just want something more flexible, but deep down in my heart, I knew I was lying. I needed to get back into tech, but I didn't know how to do it. That's the main problem I guess we face. We don't want to face reality. We want to, and we're egotistic. I'm like, come on, this guy that I'm meeting at the gym, I'm bigger than him. I can lift more weights than him. So what can he tell me about tech? Something like that. So I think that was some ego that was there when I first saw you. But when I went home, I remember you texted me and said, "This is what we offer. This is what we do." And I was like, "Yeah, it sounds good, but come on, that guy, he won't even bench more than me. So what can he tell me?"
Oh yeah, I'm just hearing that. Well, it's great to see, like, hear that inside. Well, that's interesting. And you know what? I moved my gym. I moved to a new gym. I don't want to give them free publicity.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let me just Anytime Fitness, right? So
Yeah.
the one, that Woolworth side,
Yeah.
that Woolworth mall, right? Flagstone Mall. So basically, um, the personal trainer that they gave me a free session, like personal trainer, like 45 minutes. It's gonna walk me through how to use the
Equipment.
and all. But this guy is a fat dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
How is this gonna work?
because I have a principle that I only want to work with people that are ahead of me. Like if I want to learn something, right? I walk up to you and say, hey, you need to give me what you're doing. You're fit, man. You're champion. Like, that's what I want. But not some fat dude. Yes, you know, you're a coach, but you're not literally like the model of what I want to achieve. Like
Yes.
you're not even jacked up or anything or lean. I'm even fitter, right? Than this person. So I didn't actually work. But in retrospect, I'm like, well, he may well know so many things about what can help me. And I kind of like judge the book by the cover. So I'm just really going like sometimes
I
you
think
should not try.
I think no, that's one thing that is very big that people needs to really sit down and think about because uh a lot of people come to sing skills from different backgrounds. Some are engineers, some are
Yeah,
nurses, some different backgrounds, and obviously you have some things that Noah does not know. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
but it does not mean that Noah cannot teach you some things. Like in this case, okay, I've been a software developer back home in Africa, but landing my
yeah,
job here in Australia, there's a lot of things that I didn't know.
yeah,
From just CV application. Why am I
yeah,
CV being rejected? In Africa, it's simple. You just put in
yeah.
your CV, or you know someone there, they talk to someone, and it's easy. But the dynamics are different here in Australia. For example, I was telling you yesterday that if it were not for sync skills, probably my CVs would just be still being rejected now. Just how to pass the ATS. There are a million people with the same skill, but how
Yeah.
to cut across as someone who's better than them needs to be done initially on the application. That's why
Yeah.
you always say when you're making your application, make sure that you're making a good application that will stand out from the 100 people that are applying.
Absolutely. Like people don't realize that it's competitive out there, right? So many people have technical skills, so many people are qualified for the role. Your CV is a marketing document that would cut through the noise. But you know what? We're very passive about our resume. Like many people just one resume, you just use it, spray it, and pray.
Yeah,
Oh, I pray I get that interview.
yeah,
It's not gonna work, man.
yeah. I
Because
think
how do you think of yeah?
so. For me, I think that was the first mistake I was making. And like I said, if I was egotistic and didn't listen to what you told me and how skills guided me through the process, I'll probably be still be applying for jobs and not getting any response by now. You see?
Yeah, I remember even way back last year, you got an interview with Flight Central, which is
Yes.
very good. And I saw your interview performance. It was brilliant. It's just that those guys messed up. They lost the talent. I was like, oh, you guys don't know. You've lost someone that has business analysis skills and software development skills.
Yeah.
You've lost out on that opportunity. So if they are watching even now, you better come back and talk to that.
but but what really gave me hope was how you handled the outcome of that interview. You said, "Don't worry, bro. Things will come into place in God's time. Just trust God and let's keep working. Whenever things are right for you, they're gonna happen." And look at me now. Things have aligned, and they've aligned even better because they are in the location that I want and the conditions that I want. So all things always work for the good.
No, absolutely. I know you had to make some adjustment, move to I'll say an island because I would say you're perfect. You are your lovely wife. You're giving us couple goals, which is great. All right. So as I was saying, if as it's somebody that is like in the fitness world, you need resilience. How
Mm.
does that actually play into this journey for you? Like you're somebody that is consistent as well, you work out consistently, even though it's hard. So you're used to doing hard things. That was some of the things I was saying. Like, hey man, you're used to this, so you have that resilience to really succeed and secure an amazing job. So how did that play out for you?
Uh, I think if we want to start talking about fitness, there's a lot that I can say
No,
about
I know. Don't get into that because that's your
yeah,
that's
and
your
benefits that it has for people, which I highly recommend people to
yeah.
start fitness, like your target market, which are African Australians, like immigrants. I think fitness will help you even in your mental health, like dealing with stress, how to handle yourself.
Yeah.
When you have heartbreaking events happen to you, when your body's fit, you're less likely to have things like heart attacks and strokes. So there's a lot that can get in there. But in terms of the career wise, I think it also helps you clear your mind. There's a lot that can be happening at work. You can clear your mind. You can like press the reset button. And once you are fit even to walk around work and do your work efficiently. Resilience, you don't give up easily. You just build that mental strength. So it has played a lot in me trying to get back into tech, and me trying to get back into the role that I'm in, which I would still 100% recommend to everyone doing to do.
That's brilliant. I was worried slightly because you were so hot. Like, I mean, even the program that you went for that interview I talked about, but then you had a life change, basically. You welcomed a new one. Again,
Yeah.
congratulations. And I always like worry because some people, when that happens, because that's additional pressure, that's so many things going on, and it was such a crucial time for you. So I was worried, like, oh, I hope he doesn't drop off, like. But I'm excited that you did not. You didn't give up.
Right.
You always communicated, like, hey, this is where I am now. This is what's happening in my life. And so walk us through the journey. How did you balance all the things you have to do?
First of all, no, I think before I go there, I think I want to give credit to Sing Skills for the course that we did in 3 months.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot that you learn, and once you grasp it,
Mm,
you can stand as a professional wherever you are.
yeah.
Like, even if you go in church, talking about issues in church, how to plan projects in church, you know what to you're literally a project manager. You know
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
what step to what step, from planning to implementation, from stakeholder engagement into implementation plan, mitigation of risk, all of that, man. It's just exceptional work that you deliver, and I think we don't thank you enough. And for people that are skeptical, I think, guys, you just need to give these guys a try. I can root for them, I can stand for them, I can stand by what I'm saying, because even though you do not get a job in business analyst as a business analyst, it will transform the way you think, the way you operate, the way you run your life, the way you run your family, your household, planning, projection of your future and things. I can say a lot. So
Yeah.
I think I'll stop here, but I would recommend Sing Skills 1,000 times.
Oh, that's brilliant. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
We talk about these are life skills because that's how we always say that anybody can literally take this program and learn because you're not just learning core technical things, you're learning life skills.
Yeah.
Business analysis skills is basically a life skill. Like we always analyze situations in our life and make decisions, but
Yeah.
business analysis and the program help you think about like what are the best, not just shallow thinking. You make more deeper decisions, right? Because you're more analytical, like you
Yeah.
improve your communication, your presentation, your research skills, your project management skills, the tools, the concept, the techniques. All of those things help you to become better. So you're not just like, oh, a shallow thinker or somebody that's not like considering several factors. You don't see life as like black and white. So thank you for that. You know, you
Yeah.
touch you touch on a lot of things that I think, when people understand and appreciate the work that you're also putting there. You are a busy man, right? And
Mm.
you have so many commitments, family, work, everything else going on. How are you able to manage and balance everything to be able to secure that job of like your career, to be able to focus on your goals?
I think it's comes back to planning, writing your things down. I've always been good at planning, but uh, people might think I'm just spotlighting sing skills, but sing skills has actually helped me on how to plan correctly, and how to follow up on things that you need to do, how to break your tasks into small tasks.
Yeah.
For example, you spoke about epics. Like, all right, let me not use the terms that
Okay.
people might not understand.
Yeah.
For example, you spoke about big tasks. how to break those big tasks into small tasks until you achieve the big task. So I think that has also helped me in terms of trying to see how I can categorize what's important and what's not important and what to do first, but not neglecting what the other goals that I had. So, for example, I'm busy, I go to the gym, I come and take care of the house. I've got wife and two kids now. There's daycare runs,
Yeah.
there's jobs, there's things like that. So I think it all comes to planning and prioritization and making sure that we don't spend as much time as we do on social media, because that's the
Mm,
other thing,
mm,
take
mm.
time from you trying to accomplish your tasks, daily tasks.
Honestly, and that's a super point. Even me, I'm trying to like reduce my number of, I mean, it's not like I use it as a consumer, but sometimes you get stuck in that scrolling, like, oh, let me see what is happening. But yeah, I want to get a team to help me manage that so I can focus more on the things I love doing, like read.
Yeah.
But that's like so great. You have a technical background, right? You know, so many people, and you met some of them also on the program, they don't have. How were you able to, did you have this like, oh, these skills that I had, like I was technical, it still works well, like it even gives me more context, right? What was the experience for you? Because you have that technical background, many people don't have. You know, will it still work for people with
Mm.
technical background? Yeah, vice versa.
I think no, that was very important for me to join again Sing Skills, because as someone who's technical, my role was just to develop software applications, was to debug issues and just give the stakeholders what they wanted. I wasn't between the stakeholders and the dev team, so
Yeah,
I was just the dev team, the guys that receive the complaints and just say, they're complaining about this, just fix.
yeah,
But with syncing my skill with sync skills now, I now know how it feels when someone says, I can't find the start button, when it's just clear, it's just on there. They need
yeah,
a manual, they need this, they need training, you need observations to see how people are working with the systems. All of that makes me like a wholesome, valuable employee. Like, you now understand what the end user is facing, and you now know how to gather information. You now know how to analyze. You now know how to translate the business requirements to technical requirements. You now know how to translate what the people that are non-technical are trying to say to the technical team. So I think I had that big gap. Yes, I knew some things, software development life cycles that were technical,
yeah,
but there was still a missing gap. I think that's where I was missing in terms of getting jobs. Because when you go for an interview, tech role, if you're
yeah,
just talking about the technical side,
yeah,
then someone comes into the interview and talks about the technical side and stakeholder management and project implementations, then you are lost. You can't get that job.
yeah,
But now I know the technical side and the business side, so it's easier for me to join the two. So I think it has been a really, really big missing link that I needed. For example, the interview that I got this job, man, it was an amazing interview.
yeah.
I've I've not had interviews that were this calm for me, because I
Wow.
knew what I was saying. Because I knew what I was saying.
Yeah,
Because if they wanted me to talk about user training, for example, they have a system that they want to roll over into, and they was ask me, how are we going to do this? How are you going to implement the system? It was very easy, because we've done this in the classes. You've given us assignments. We've
yeah,
done it
yeah,
1,000 times.
yeah,
We've So it was easy. I was so calm knowing that I'm knowing what I'm saying. I
yeah,
told them how to do like user requirements, how to gather, how to make sure that they understand the value of the project and how to implement it. They asked me about how I'll deal with people that are resilient, that they
yeah,
want to move to the new system. I could answer those questions easily because of the training I had. Before seeing skills, bro, I tell you, I'll try to flog it, but
yeah,
with
yeah,
someone who is not just hitting the ball into the air, you know what to say. And the key points that you need to land the plane, like Tosin used to say, you need to land the plane.
No, no, that's brilliant. I'm saying like any organization would be very, very lucky to have you because you've got like technical skills and now you've got all these soft skills and you know all these business analysis, project management skills. Not many people in the world actually have your skill set. You don't know it, but I'm telling you right now because you can literally function on both sides.
Yeah.
If you're engaging with developer, even you know the language, you know their psychology,
Yeah.
can engage well. If you're engaging with business, you know how to carry them along and help them see the bigger picture. So you are a superstar, man. I'm super excited. So tell her, how was the process of getting? Okay, go on.
I wanted to say no. It's not really that you don't really need to be technical to be a business analyst though.
Yeah,
Because I'm afraid that if we dwell on saying I was technical, that yes, that's an added advantage.
yeah,
But what you learn, what you go through the course,
yeah.
just that is just valuable on its own.
Yeah, I think I'll fall into the trap because I'm speaking to a technical guy in this. This is what I preach every time. Like, hey, and you've seen it. Like, literally, I was speaking to someone else like last week or so. So, sir, uh, not technical. Oh, 90% of people literally are not technical. That we train and coach, like support workers, lawyers, accountants. What of. So it doesn't matter. It's just about you wanting to learn. Like technical,
No,
just technical.
plus one more thing I need to mention is
Yeah,
you might have the skills, you might be technical,
yeah.
but I promise you that won't get you the job unless you get the right coaching.
It doesn't work, right? Technical
Doesn't
stuff
work.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Interviews are you going to present yourself and you need soft skills. You need to be able to present the idea of how you're going to solve problems, whether you're technical or not. Technical is just the implementation, how you can do the skill. But if you can't convince somebody that you know how to do that job, nobody's going to bet on you and give you the offer.
Yeah.
It's not going to work that way. So,
Let's talk about one thing, Noah. Let's just talk about the introduction into an interview,
pitch, yeah.
an elevator pitch, bro. That thing is dangerous. Trust me, that thing is not good. If I get into an interview with someone who doesn't have an elevator pitch, trust me, the first 2 minutes they know who the person they're interested in is.
Absolutely.
It's just the first 2 minutes. When I used to do interviews, I thought I'm doing it right. So
Yeah.
why are they giving me this job?
Yeah.
But if someone was coming after me with an elevator pitch, I'm out. Out in 2 minutes. I'm out of that interview. They forget about me. They put my CV in the trash.
You know how many people, I can't even count, that have gone through our program. You know how we say just record the interview and send it our way. The comments are wild. They're going to be like, oh my goodness, we've never heard, like I've heard it so many times, we've never heard somebody introduce themselves this way before. That is the power of having an elevator pitch. How I actually discovered that, wow, I need a structure. It was from my pain. When I moved to Australia, the same thing you were suffering from. And that's why I was telling you that, man, you can't live software, like you can't live. Like, what?
Yeah.
Remember my reaction when we met at the gym, right? So I came to Australia and I don't want, this is me interviewing you, so let me just give you a rundown. I came to Australia and I was struggling. Already have 10 years working in IT. But then I would be going for interview. They would say, well, you were good, but we went with somebody else. We were good. Like what you're saying, imagine somebody else coming with the elevator pitch after my own interview at that time. I'm not going to get the job. So it was happening time and time. I'm like, no, there's something wrong that I'm doing.
Mm.
there was something wrong. There's no structure. I was dwelling on technical stuff, and I was talking on things like I've learned that I've done in Africa, Europe, mentioning companies that was just vague, and they don't really connect to it. And when they can't connect to what I'm saying, even though I'm right, but I feel like, oh, I killed that interview. But no, at the end of the day, they're like, oh, we went with somebody else. This can is happening 4, 5, 6 times. I'm like, no, there's something wrong. Until I
mm,
discovered that perfect elevator pitch system, and Tire is a pro at that. So she just coached me through, and we said, let's now standardize this. And you know
mm.
how many people, hundreds of people, go to interview. They and it just helps you calm your nerve because
Yes, yes.
definitely know what you're saying. You've prepared. Hopefully, you've prepared. You go there. There's a structure to what you're saying and all of that. The thing that Aussies have is that Aussies are more conversational. Like when you're talking to an Aussie, they don't
Mm,
talk in monosyllable. Oh, well, how are you? Fine.
mm,
Like we can do, if especially when we're like coming from Africa, is like straight to the point. Especially interview setting. You're like, focus. Like I just want to go and answer technical things. But Aussies, you know, if you're doing interview abroad like this, they want conversation.
mm,
They want depth. Like
mm.
to go into details of what you've done and showcase that. So that is like a quick story of how we came about that. Like it was from a place of pain,
Of pain. Ah, that's good.
suffering. So I'm always glad when we see this and we see how this is helping so many people secure jobs, especially us as
Mm,
Africans. That is not natural for us to be like very engaging, very conversational in interview
mm.
setting.
Yes, yes.
So thank you so much for sharing that. Overall, what was it like your run us through? How many step interview did you do or stage? What was the process? Just to give people insight.
Okay, so they did the initial calls to
Yeah,
say, okay, we received your resume. Would you be able to come in for an interview at
yeah,
our offices?
yeah.
I accepted the interview, prepared for the interview, and I went there. So there's a funny thing, but I won't say this on camera because that guy will get in trouble. I'll tell you something off camera.
Yeah.
So I then went to the interview, and there was four people in there,
Yo,
and there was two people that were technical and two that were not. The other one, I think the other ones were from HR or something. So these guys didn't know technical issues.
yeah,
But I think I'll say this now before I forget. How housing skills trains you is to make sure that you can explain something that is non-technical, technical things until they understand them.
yeah,
You
yeah,
see how you talk of how to implement a project, how to gather information, how to elicit requirements, how to
yeah,
all of that. You need to say it in a way that so when I delivered all of that in a way that they understood, even the people in HR were saying, yes, we understand what you say. So I think it all comes together. No, it
yeah,
all comes together. It might seem like it's bits and pieces, but
yeah,
when it's time to present your cases and to present yourself, things come together.
yeah,
Like the basics that I was explaining to the panel, they were understanding because of the training that I had.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, going back to the interview. So four people, and they were asking me questions, and I was responding. The first question was like, thank you for coming. Uh, can you please tell us about yourself?
mm,
Thank you so much, this and that for the interview, for the invite to the interview. And I'm mentioning names. I'm
yeah,
calling out the they're seeing that I'm getting more comfortable with them. Then elevator pitch, bang, 2 minutes done. Then they're like, oh, that's a lot from someone. that's a lot. I'm like, yeah. That's what I've been doing.
yeah,
From there, the interview panel was a bit, especially the guys in HR were just there to write down things. So they were a
yeah,
bit serious when I came in.
yeah,
Not serious to scare me, but they were just, there's a face that's not
yeah,
smiling.
yeah,
But when I finished the elevator pitch, I saw their faces relax a bit, and I also calmed down. So I think the elevator pitch helped.
yeah,
Then from there, they asked questions. I was answering. They were writing their stuff down, and when they ask a question, like you say, we don't just give feedback like one word answer. We broaden the question
yeah,
so that they understand that you know a whole lot on that
yeah,
information.
yeah,
Okay. For example, if they say, if someone wants to learn a system, how do you teach them? Okay, so they're not just saying you just show them how to do it, or they want to know how to gather information, how to give context, how to present yourself, how to create presentations, training manuals, how to give the support, follow up, feedback, all of that. That's what they're asking.
yeah,
So if you don't know that, if you're not been trained about that,
yeah,
you just say, I'll just train them how to use the system,
yeah.
and you already lost the interview. So that's what was happening to me in the interview. They were asking me questions and I was answering, but showing that I know a broad range of issues surrounding that question.
Nah,
Then from there, they said, "Can we please have your references?" And I gave them your references. And I think references are also important
yeah,
because if you give someone in Africa to reference for you, for example, they wouldn't know what to say or how to write or how to respond.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I know that if Noah didn't do their job,
yeah,
would probably wouldn't have got the job. So I
yeah.
think the whole process was just flawless, and I got the offer.
Wow, that's like fantastic. I always people don't know this, but we actually invest a lot of time in reference because I need to sit down. It takes me like 1.5 hours to write reference. Like I'm gonna sit down, then answer the question. Some are like 12 questions, some are 10, some are 8. Yours wasn't too much. I think it was about 6, 7 questions. So you have to think deeply, write it in a thoughtful manner, and deliver it because it can make or break. If you don't do it well, then they're gonna just lose confidence and it impacts everything else for the person, which is sad. So I had to do it. So
They
that
say someone from the organization said this was a level 3 job, but they want to put it on a level 7 because of the skill set.
wow.
So I'm yet to see that being confirmed on the offer that's coming today, but it's just what I heard. So even if they keep it at level 3, I know that they already seen
Oh,
value
yeah.
about delivering. And if you want to get to level 7, you can still get there. But at least you've shown that you've got the value.
No, no, no. I'm not surprised. I know, like, even that is a stepping stone because, man, you are, I've seen you are a superstar. Like, I, I could hire you if I could afford you.
Six figures,
I
six figures.
wish. So, thank you so much. So,
Yeah.
just so we don't take too much of your time, because hey, I'm gonna bring you back on part 2
Yeah.
where you've settled in, to share more about again all of that. But generally, what advice will you give somebody out there watching? I'm like, oh, yeah, my career, I don't know, it's tough. There's so many issues going on. What advice would you give to such person? Like, hey, you need to work on this. Don't give up on your career. Like, you can get into a job that gives you more time and all of that we talk about.
I would say, life is too short that you don't want to do what you hate
Hmm.
too long.
Too
You don't
long.
want to do what you hate too long.
Yeah.
And you spend more than 80% of your time at work. And if you
Correct.
spend that time at a place that you hate, that's more than half your life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's never too late to change over. It's never too late to start on a new journey, to get a new skill, because you're going to spend even more time at a place you hate because
Yeah.
you're still living until you die.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just close your eyes and jump. And there's so much reference, so many people that have talked about getting into business analysis, into being a business analyst through Sync Skills. A lot of it's not just me. If you want proof, I'm sure people are happy for you to call them. Ask Noah.
Yeah,
Noah can give you contacts of people that they have trained that you can freely call and have a
yeah,
chat with them.
100.
So it's not that people are gatekeeping, but people don't know how to spread this information to their fellows.
Yeah,
Like I know how much value I got from Sync Skills. It's not that I don't want to tell people, but I don't know how to do it, how to tell people, which Noah is good at doing. So have a conversation with Noah. He'll explain everything. And if you need more information, we're always there. There's more than 100 people in that group that can vouch for what we've learned and that can encourage you to change your career from low careers to high tech career paths.
yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
And I know um somebody that is very, very particular about their health as well. Takunda is into fitness, training, and healthy living as well. Really, really obsessed with that. You could
Yes.
so reach out to him. I'm gonna pop his handle on TikTok. It's
Yeah.
Takunda, and I think it's
Hey,
what Tay and
because I,
yeah,
I do it with my wife. So I'm Takunda, she's Mabel. So it's Ta May Fitness.
yeah, we're gonna put it in the description. But it's been amazing. So reach out to him, message on TikTok. You see amazing videos. I and I saw what you did there with your wife. Your best, most engaged video. I said, yeah, the psychology of
Ah,
you
bro,
should do more of that. Hey, and
that's a niche. It's a niche. It got me 2 million views.
exactly. That was nice. I'm like, yes, I love that. I love that.
I'm
But she's your wife, so hey, whatever it is.
All right. Thank you so much, Noah, for the opportunity.
You,
I've not spoken to Teo yet, but please
yeah,
extend my gratitude to her. She's done amazing work,
yeah,
and you guys make sure that we upskill.
yeah.
And I think I always say this before when I was in the course that the money that we pay
You did,
is nothing compared to what we get.
you did.
And the time that you spend in trying to make sure everyone on board is understanding what we're doing, people pay extra for that, but
You did.
you're just doing it on your own time.
Yeah,
Look at how you go through the elevator pitch refinements. People come in sessions every week
yeah,
sessions.
yeah,
Bro, this is Australia. People get paid an hour, and
yeah,
you guys are just doing it for free.
yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
think,
cost us, to be honest, we were trying to change things a bit because, man, I have a kid. I don't spend time with my kid.
yeah, because
It's,
you need
it's
to
too hard.
upgrade that.
Yeah,
that was that was like so much value that
yeah.
we can't pay you enough for that, and we'd like to thank you.
Yeah.
And Tosin, he's the man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you sharing, this to inspire. Trust me, people like to hear this story to give them belief, and I appreciate you. You're always like, oh, I want to share. Thank you so much. I'm happy to share. There are some people that, well, for different reasons, they're like, oh, I don't want to be out there. I'm scared. I'm nervous. Different things. But we thank you for sharing. And stories move people to action. You have sowed seed in somebody else's life. And we're grateful for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Noah. You have a good day.
You too.
All
Thank
right.
you.